Now let's take a class. Class I'm naming it as node. That means we are creating a node. A node what contains node is data and next value. That is int. These are the class members I'm taking int data and node. I am taking the next value as object. That means it will store the address. So I'm taking it as node. Node means class name. So I'm taking it as an address. That means I am not pointing to anything. So I am just declaring it. Okay. And I am writing a constructor that is public node. And now let's say int data. If anyone creating a node means they will send a data value. So if they want to create a new node, then they will create an object for this class. So automatically this will be assigned. This dot data equal to data. This dot node no, sorry next equal to null. As I said before, if you are creating a new node, the new node will be null. That means new node next value will be always null. So this is how we can create. And I'm taking one more class. As I said before, if you are writing any code in a online compiler, then you need to make the main class as the first. That means you need to write it first. Now let's take singly linked list class name as because we are implementing that singly linked list. And first, first what we need to do is we need to create a object that means head. Um, as we all know that head means it stores the value of the first node address. That means first node address will be stored in the head. So I am writing it as like this. Next, let's say first insert at beginning. Now let's see what I written here. Insert at beginning means already these nodes are there and I need to insert this. So what we can do first, let me write public void. I'm not writing anything. So insert a beginning. Now let's write this. If you want to insert any value, you need a value. They will send the value by using here. And node, new node. I am creating a new node for this because if you want to insert anything, first you need to create a new node so that it will be adjusted. So new node equal to new node. I will explain this. Okay. The user sends a value like for example they send the 40 value and they want to insert that in the starting, that means as a first node. What we need to do first, we have to create the as a new node. How it will be created? To create a new node, it should have data and also next. So by using this it will be created. That means data becomes 40 and the data next will becomes null. So if we are writing, that means here we are creating object called new node. We are sending data, that means this constructor will be executed. After creating the new node, as I said before, first we need to update this value. That means now let's write new node dot next equal to head. What value is there in head? 100 is there. So 40, that means 400 dot next equal to 100 will be placed. 100 will be placed here. And after that, what we need to do? We need to update the head value. How can we update the head value? Head equal to new node. New node means address. It stores the address. So this is how we can do. And now let's write for inserted end. To write that public void insert and end. And same as like we want a value. And also we need to create a new node. Node new node equal to new node of data. That means new node will be created now. And now let's see what actually code implements. Yeah, as you can see here, I want to insert this node at the end. Then what we can do? First, we need to check if the header node, that means already if there is any node or this is the first node entering into the linked list. So how can we check that? If if head don't have any value, then this is a new node. So head equal to new node and head equal to new node and we can return from here. So we are writing two statements now. So if it is the new one means we can add the head as new node. So we can exit from here. We don't need to do anything. If it is not the first one, we need to navigate to the end because we are inserting the node at the end. So how can we navigate? As I said before, we need to use temp. How can we use? I am creating an object node temp equal to. I am assigning it to head. Head means let's say 100 is there. 100 will be assigned it to temp. And then what we need to do? We need to move to navigate to the end. How can we do that? First we check temp dot next is not equal to null. If it is null, we can stop. We can stop there and we can continue. That means we can insert the value there. If it is not null, we just need to increment this that equal to temp dot next. I will explain this. I will take one more thing so that you will understand. Okay. For example, these three nodes are there in the linked list. I want to insert a new node at the end. That means first we will check if the head value is null or not. If it is not null, then we will what we do? We will assign temporary variable as head, and that means temp equal to 100. And we will check if dot next equal to null. If it is not null, then what we do? We will increment the temp value that is temp equal to temp dot next. That means temp becomes 300. We will check temp dot next not equal to null. If it is null or not, it is not null. Then temp value will be moved to here. Then 200 becomes temp. So now let's say temp dot next equal to null. Yes, it is null. That means this statement will become false and it will get out of the loop. And now here we can write the execution part. Temp dot next equal to new node. Here we can insert the new node. That means temp dot next. Next means this. Here the new node address will be stored. So this is how we can insert at the end. And what is this now? Let's see. This is okay. Now let's write the code for insert at any position. So this is the end. And now let's write it here. Insert at any position. And now let's write public void insert. Now let's say at position, same as like above, int data. And first what we need to do is, if position is 0, if the user want to insert the value at the 0 position means this. If they want to insert it here, then what we can do is, if position, and we also need to take position also, comma, int position. Okay, if position equal to 0, if you are writing code, you will understand what is happening there. So if it is 0, they want to insert it at the beginning. So I will call this method insert at beginning. So this will be called. I will send the data, and that's it. I can return from this method. Or if they want to, if they don't want to insert at the beginning, then we need to create a node. That means node, new node equal to new node of data. So here new node is created. If we send this data to this method, there the new node will be created. So here we don't need to write it here. Okay. And what we need to do is, now let's take, we are inserting at somewhere position. That means we need to, sometimes we need to navigate, or sometimes we don't need to navigate. So for that purpose, I am creating a temporary variable, that is temp. New temp means temp equal to head. So after doing this, we can write the for loop. We will understand why I written for loop instead of while. And temp not equal to, well, I will explain this. And I less than position minus 1, and then I plus plus. Now let's write system dot out dot println of position is out of bounds. Okay, and then we can return from here. So I will explain this it now. For example, we are starting from 0 and we are moving to position minus 1, means here we are taking index value same as like arrays. So if they give position as 4, means we need to navigate up to third. That means position minus 1. That means 3. So up to there we need to navigate. If you want to navigate to before position, means you can do it like this. Like I will tell it. Okay. Here why I written temp not equal to null. That means, let's say if we reach until here and we don't have any other nodes, but the position value not met. That means they given 10 and we already reached null. No other node is there. Then this will be executed. So this is why I written this statement. And now let's say new node, the actual code comes here, dot next equal to temp dot next, and temp dot next equal to, the actual code will be like 2 lines or 1 line only, but this is the navigation part and checking. And now I will tell why I written these two statements. Now see in these slides, and this is the new node. New node dot next means this is the new node. New node dot next should be, As I said before, that temp will navigate until the before node, position before node. This is the position they want to insert. Up to here, the temp was navigated, and here they want to insert this temp dot next value. That means this 300 will be comes here. That means, wait, let me show. Yeah, before it was 200. That means temp dot next. Sorry, new node dot next. Here I need to place a value. How the value will come is, this is the temp dot next value is 200. So this 200 is placed here, and temp dot next. This is the temp. This next value will be this new node. As you can see here, the values was updated. This next value will become temp dot next is new node. That is, this step will make this temporary value to connect with this node, and this line will makes this new node to connect the next node, and this is for new node to connect for previous node. This is how we can do. We are inserting at middle, no? So we need to connect with previous node and the next node also. I hope you understand this. This is a tricky thing, but if you understand this, this is very simple. And what we can do is, now let's delete and begin. This is as simple as compared with all those things. And I will tell this public void. Here I don't want to return anything. In linked list you don't need to return anything. You can blindly use void and delete from beginning. And now we are directly deleting from beginning, so you don't need the value to be removed. So if first we need to check if head equal to null means we no need to perform any action because no nodes are there. Okay, and what we can do is head equal to head dot next. We just need to update the head value. Let's say I will show this. Yeah, as you can see here, these two nodes are there. I want to remove this node. That means the head node value is 400. I want to update this as 200. How can we do is, uh, we need to update head equal to head dot next is 200. So directly we can update that. This is very simple, right? Mm, and now let's write the code for delete at end. If you want this code, I will mention this in the description. From there you can download or you can see the code. And now let's type public void delete from end. Here also you don't need anything because we are deleting the last node. So what you can do is, this is same as like before. First, we need to check if the linked list have any nodes or not. If not, you can return from here. And if any nodes are there, what you need to do is first you need to check if head dot next equal to null or not. If it is null, mm, what you can do is directly keep head equal to null. That means head dot next means only one node is there. That means the linked list have only one node, so you need to delete that node. How can you do? You can like I will show it. Yes, so yeah, this is the one node having in the linked list. You want to delete this node. How can you delete? Is you just need to make this head as null. That's it. Or else if the linked list have some nodes, then how can we do is first we need to create the temporary one, temp equal to head. Here you may get wondered why you are making this temp as head every single method. That means, as you can see here, the temp value will be updated as we go further. And if you don't write in every method, the header value which we use last will be impacted. So we don't get the correct output. It may lead to some errors or something. So this is how we write the temp in every method before implementing. And same as like before, we need to navigate and while of temp dot next dot next not equal to null. As I said in the implementation part, I hope you understand why it comes and I will explain it one more time. And temp equal to temp dot next, or else we can do temp equal to, sorry, temp dot next equal to null. This is some different as compared with all these things. We need to delete it from the end. If you want to delete it from the end, you no need to navigate to last one. If you navigate to last one, you cannot delete the previous. That means you cannot delete this and you cannot update it as null. If you want to do like this, you need to do two more times. Instead of doing like this, you can do temp dot next dot next. That means if you come here, the temp value comes here means you can check this values next. That means I am at 200, I am checking 300 and 300 dot next means null. So you can check like this and you can do it here. Then what you can do is if it is not null, you can move forward. If it is null means you just need to make it as null. That means automatically this will be deleted. This is also simple if you understand it. And if you want to delete it from specific point, like delete from specific point, that means how you can do is, let's take public void delete from specific. Okay. Mm, I want the position from where they can. Instead of writing position, you can write position because before we written like this. So to delete it, I want position from there if they want to delete the node. So first we need to check if head equal to null means no nodes are present. Then we can return from here. That means we don't need to do anything. And if, as I said before, if we want to delete the first node, then you can do it like this. You just need to update the head value. Head equal to head dot next. And you can return. That means if they want to delete the first element means, I will show it. They want to delete this means what they can do is, or else let's take this. Okay, they want to delete this. They head dot next is 200. So they can update this value as 200. So that's it. If you have only one node means head becomes null. Nothing will happen. If these two conditions not met means we need to go for temp. No temp equal to head. And same as like before, let's take this and temp not equal to null and I less than position minus 1. Okay, and I plus less, and what you can do is temp equal to temp dot next. For this is for navigation, and after navigating, I will show. If you want to delete this one, if you want to delete this one means you should navigate to here, and you can just update this value by this 200 value, so that will be finished. But here we have two conditions, that is if temp equal to null, or where is this or temp dot next equal to null means we need to print like system dot out dot println of position out of bound. I will explain this and return. If they said like they want position 4 and position 4 is not found, then we can display it as like this. Or else they can say they want to remove this node. Okay. Mm, I will write the code here. Temp dot next equal to temp dot next. Now let's see. Temp dot this is the temp value. Okay, this is the temp value. As I said before, you need to reach the previous node, and temp dot next means this one. The values, okay, temp dot next is this 100, and dot next means this 200. So temp dot next should be replaced with this 200. So this line is written. That's it. This will be deleted automatically. This is how we can do. And up to here, insertion and deletion all are completed. Now I want to print. How can we do that? Public void print. This is just for printing purpose. We are not doing anything. And now let's say while, before writing while, we need to take temp equal to head, and while temp not equal to null. If temp not equal to null means here you need to print the values. System dot out dot println, and temp dot data. Up to now what you used is temp dot next. Now we are using temp dot data. Data means the value. Value should be printed. And now I am giving here space for understanding purpose, and I am giving arrows. So, and what we need to do, we need to navigate now. Temp dot temp equal to temp dot next. This is very simple, and the last one should be null, no? So for that, system dot out dot println of null. So this is how we can write this method. And after completing this, I want to write the main method. Public static void main string string arguments. And now here the actual implementation will be started. For this, first I need to create an object, singly linked list, some list equal to new singly linked list. Here I did not return um, any constructor. So now let's start. Mm, Let me increase this so this would be easy for you. Okay, first let me run this if it is executed successfully or not. Yes, code is executed successfully, no errors found. And now let me write, first I want to insert a value. So list is the object which I have created now. Insert add and then add. And now let's say 10 value I am inserting and 10 value will be inserted. Here I did not return any statement like insertion successful like that I did not return. So nothing was displayed for that. I will type list dot print list. So now you can see the value. Mm, 10 and null. As you can see, null is inserted. If no values was there, now let's see. Null is printed. So this will be stored, I guess. So we are getting like this. Let me delete all this and try again. Yes, as you can see here, null is printed. Before why we get like this means first null printed and then 10 printed and then null printed. So that we got like that. Okay. Now let's try one more thing. Mm, let's insert one more value. List dot insert and end. Let's try one more time. And I want to insert 20 value. And now let's run this. And I want to print it now so that you can see. Okay, I will remove this. So yeah, 10, 20 and null. Okay, now let me try with beginning. Insert at beginning. Let's say 5. And now let's try it. We should come 5, 10, 20 and then null. And now let's say at middle. Okay, insert at middle. No, we return position, right? Position. First we need to enter the value like 15 and I want position at 2. Now let's see what happens. Position is out of bound. Why are getting like that? As you can see here, I did a mistake. Like here we no need to write this. If we That means if we don't find null or position is not met, then we need to increment the temp value, right? So temp equal to temp dot next. So this is a mistake we did here. Temp equal to temp dot next. Then what when we need to write this is, let me show. Mm, if temp becomes null, then we need to write this. So this is the mistake we did. If you get any error or if you don't met the correct output, then you need to check it again if you written anything wrong in the code. So I think now we will get the correct output. Yes, 5, 10, 15, and then 20. We got the correct output and the insertion was done. Now let's try for deletion also. Now let's start from, now let's take a new line so it will be better. Now let's try for deletion. List dot delete at, sorry, from we return to from beginning. So we don't need to send any value. And now let's try to display it. Beginning means what will happen? 5 will be removed. Okay, now let's see. Okay, I written wrong. Yeah, spelling was wrong. Println. If you see the code, it is like above 125 lines. But okay, I think somewhere I written spelling wrong from beginning. Okay, now let's see this. Yeah, delete spelling here I written wrong. So this is why we get the number of lines is big, but the if you know the concept, it is very simple. 5 is removed because this is delete from beginning. So this happens, and now let's try one more time. Like now let's try for delete from end. Then what should happen? 20 should be removed. That delete from, right? We are missing it here somewhere. That null is displaying is because in print only, not in any other method. So 20 is removed. Now let's remove this because we have only two elements. So if I write this from any specific position, you may get a doubt. So now let's say delete from position. So if we are writing position, I need to specify the position. Position means now 15 should be removed. As you can see here, this is the newest one, 10, 15, 20. And if I want to remove from the first position, 15, 0, 1, first position will be removed. This is the end of the video. I hope you understand each and everything. And if you have any queries, please comment below. Please do like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.